Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Prince Automation Destination. So in our last lecture of Git series, we discussed about how to handle merge conflicts while dealing with stashing. In case you are not already familiar with how to deal with conflicts, I'll request you to please take a look on my previous video, which will help you gain some understanding on merge conflicts. So today we are going to talk about another interesting topic, that is how to undo changes. So while dealing with Git, we usually come across a situation where we need to revert our changes or undo our changes. So this is what we are going to cover in today's video. And in case you are not familiar with the Git, how to work with Git, so we have already covered this series from the scratch. I'll request you to watch the videos in the sequence, which will help you gain some understanding on how Git works, what is staging area, what is local directory, and what are the different commands and what are the best Git practices. So I'll be sharing the link of the same in the link of playlist in the description section as well as in the eye icon, which will help you gain some good understanding on Git. So without further delay, let us understand how to undo the changes. So while dealing with Git, there are two type of changes. One is committed, another is uncommitted. So we are going to cover both of them in today's video. In case you are not aware what is committed or not committed, I'll request you to please go back to my initial videos, which will help you gain some understanding what is commit, right? So how to undo uncommitted changes? So there are different commands. One is a git restore, another is git restore staged hyphen staged, and the third one is git checkout. So let us try to understand the same. So I'm just clicking on this branching structure. So this is the same branching structure that we are using since starting. And we have master branch, develop branch, feature slash dashboard, and feature slash login. And right now I'm on feature slash dashboard. I'm simply clicking on terminal, and I'm using IntelliJ. So you can open like this as well. So for example, you can right click on this and you can open in Explorer, and then after you can open it in CMD. Here also you can use your git commands. So if I, for example, type in git branch, I'll simply see that this is my branch, right? So if I'll simply now let me go back to this git IntelliJ, so similarly if I'll write git branch, so I'll get the same code. So we can use any of the terminal, either of the terminal, right? Now the next command that I'll be using is git status to check whether I have some changes in my current branch or not. So it is saying that my branch is up to date and I have clean working tree, meaning I don't have any changes. So let us add some changes. Let me add local changes, right? So we are going to discuss about uncommitted changes. So let us see. So we have added this change. So now after typing in git status, we can see that there are changes and the changes is in this file, right? Now how to revert this change? So sometimes we will get into a situation where we would need to revert this change, right? One way is to simply delete this particular line, and if we will again check git status, it will be clean working tree. But this is one line of code, but sometimes we will get into a situation where we'll have multiple changes at multiple places. Those we want to restore due to some changes depending on the reasons. So what we can use, so if you read this particular line, git restore file, so whatever the file where you want to um, reset the changes or you want to revert the changes of uncommitted changes, so you can simply use git restore and the file name. So I'll simply copy this and I'll type in like this, right? So if I'll now again type in git status, so I'll have clean working tree. Right now you're able to see that this local changes is appearing. As soon as I'll click here, it will go away. So you see that it went away. I'm again going to make this change. One second. S out, local changes, and this time I want this to be moved into the staging area. So how to move this change into the staging area? Git add dot. So far you notice that as soon as we have made change, it is in untracked state, meaning it is not in staged area. So if you notice, change is not staged. So if I do git add dot, meaning I am adding all the files. So right now it is one, that's why it will be added. So dot is used to add all the files. Now if I'll type in git status, I'll see this file in the green color. So you see that it is now staged. So how to revert the changes, or how to discard the staged changes, because this is also the local changes, we can say. So how to use it? So for that also they have given this command. So we can simply use staged, and again I can either use dot, or I can simply provide this location. So what will happen in this case? The changes will move to non-staging area, meaning the local area. So if I'll type in git status, so it is now moved, now turned into red color and is moved into the non-staging area, right? Now to revert it up, what we can use, we can again use the same command that we have used previously, git restore dot. So there is another command. Now I'm going to just click on here, it will vanish, right? I'm again going to make one more file, one more change I mean. So changes local, right? Again I'll type in git status. So we are going to talk about another thing. So instead of git restore, we can use git checkout also. So if I'll type in git checkout, and if I'll use this, usually we use git checkout to switch to the branches, but we can remove the branch as well. Yeah, remove the code changes, I mean, sorry. So if I'll type in git checkout, if you will now notice, I'll see that my changes, my current tree is clean, and there are no changes to be committed. So as part of this, we have covered how to undo uncommitted changes. Now the next step is how to undo committed changes. So let us try to understand uh, the same. So for that, what we will do, we will first of all, let me type in git status. Sorry, I'm going here in the terminal, and git status. Let me clear it so that we will have clear copy. Git status. Now what we will do, we will simply use sout and changes committed changes one, right? Let me type the correct spelling. So I'll simply use git status now again to see that there is change. Now to add it into staging, I'll use git add dot. Then the next step is to commit it, right? Remember, we are not pushing it because we are going to revert the committed changes only, that to local commits. So I'm going to type in commit uh, committed code part 1, right? uh, so we have committed it. Second thing is, I'm going to again type it in and git change is to. So if I'll type in git status, I'll again get the clean tree. Not clean tree because of this change. Let me revert it first. Now if I'll type in git status, I'll have the clean tree, but I have some changes that need to be posted because we have recently made the changes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another change. Again, I'll type in git status. So what I'm doing, I'm simply adding two commits so that we can demonstrate the use case of how to revert the committed changes, right? Now I'm simply going to use git add dot to add it into the staging. Second thing is git commit -m committed changes part 2, right? Now if I'll type in git status, I'll see that my tree is clean and my branch is ahead of the remote branch by two commits because we have made two changes. Now the important command is how to track these changes. So we to track the committed changes, or how to check the commits. So we can use git log. So if we'll type in git log, we will get something like this. Simply, but to get it in the like viewable form, let us. I'm just typing in colon and q to quit it. So what we can use git log, and along with that we can use this particular argument. So with this we will get all the changes. So if you will see, this is origin, like this is the commit of origin remote, and this is one change that we have made, and this is the second change. So this was the part one, and this is committed changes part two, right? So you see these are the commit id. So these are the id that we need to take care. So how to revert the committed changes? So this is what we are going to cover. So there is a command git reset soft. So first we are going to talk about soft. If we use git reset soft and head, simply if we'll use this, what will happen? It will revert to the like or undo the last commit, right? If we are not providing anything, it will undo the last commit. If we, for example, provide two, it will undo the last two commits. So this is how we can revert the local commits. But what will it do? It will move this change. It will reset this change or revert this change, but keep those changes in the staging area itself. Let us try to understand. Not in staging area, sorry, in the, let us try to understand the same. So I'm simply going to use this. So if I'll type in this now, if I'll use this the same command again, so we'll see that committed code part 1 is the latest message, while in the previous time it was part 2 as well. So now the head has been moved to this part, right? So to come out of it, we need to simply type in colon and q. If we now again type in git status, so what will happen? The changes is in staging area. So when we use git soft, first of all, git reset hyphen soft head. This is to like reset the head to the previous commit. If we don't provide any number, if we provide some number, then it will reset those many commits. Right now, what we were saying. So when we use git reset soft, it move these changes into the staging area only. It keep this in the staging area. So for example, now if you want to revert it, so you will have to simply use git restore hyphen staged, then dot. Again, we will use git restore, which we have already covered. And now if we will type in git status, now this we see that we have only one commit. So to we have already like shown that, right? So this is how we can revert the changes using the git reset hyphen soft. So this is the first command that we have covered. So we can use another command as well, which is similar to this git reset. I'm just telling you. So we can either use git reset hyphen soft head, this particular icon, or we can use this tilt sign. Both are same. So we can use these two commands interchangeably. So the second command is git reset hyphen hard and commit id. So let us try to understand what is hard. So git status. Now again, I'm again going to open terminal. I'll simply type in git status, and to check the logs of commits, one line hyphen one line, right? Now for example, we want to reset to this, right? Then what we will do, let us try to understand wq. So git reset this particular id, but we need to provide hard as well. So reset hyphen hard. So in this case, what happens? It move this into the um, like it will move this into non-staging area. So let us see. Even in not even in the non-staging area, what will it do? It will move the head to a different this particular commit, the one which we have provided. So we have provided this. So the hard what it will do, it will even remove the changes as well. It won't give you chance to update the changes. So if I'll type in git status, so we won't see the file anymore, right? So this is the difference between soft and hard. Soft will git reset soft will like revert your changes, but it will give you an option to still make the changes and commit it back. But git reset hard, what it does, it doesn't give you a chance to like make the changes in the reverted code. So this is how we can use git reset hard. So if you'll use git reset hard, it will remove the files as well, right? And it will reset, the head will be moved to the previous commit, the commit that we have provided. So let us track that as well. Now if we'll see that now the head is on this particular commit, right? So this is what we have done, right? So it is now pointing to this and we don't have any changes anymore, right? Now the next thing is how to revert the remote changes, meaning the changes which are pushed, right? So uh, for that, let us simply uh, clean the tree. So we have clean tree. Now let us go to the code, and if I for example go here 49 commits, and we have this particular same commit ID, right? Update dashboard. So how to revert this? So for that we have this git revert commit ID and no edit, git revert. But this revert, so actually to revert something on the remote, we will have to again commit it, right? So git revert the commit ID. So what was the commit ID? So let us say this one, and hyphen hyphen no edit. Why this is hyphen hyphen no edit? If we want to use this hyphen hyphen no edit, we will get into the VM editor, and uh, to come out of that we will have to provide colon and q to quit, right? But hyphen hyphen no edit means we don't want to provide make any changes in the message, right? So if I'll simply use git revert hyphen hyphen no edit, so what will happen, it has reverted. Now if I'll type in git status, I'll see that your branch is ahead of this, right? uh, so we have reverted this change. If for example we want to, because we have reverted this change, so now to revert this change or to make it applicable on the remote, what we will have to do, but for that we will have to see because of this particular code what was the change. So let us see first. So user 2 changes part 2, so this was the change, right? User 2 changes part 2. Let us simply copy it, right? Now what we are going to do, if we will simply push git push, what will it do? Let us try to understand. It will create another commit, but this change would be removed. So let us refresh it. So when we will remove this, because we were on that commit actually. So if I for example now, because this is the latest commit, so if I'll open this commit, so what will happen, it has reverted the previous change, the commits of previous change, right? So this is how we can revert the changes on the remote repository as well. So in order to revert the changes onto the remote repository, we will have to again create a new commit. So this is how we can revert our changes. So let us quickly recap. So what we have covered in this particular video. So we covered how to undo the changes in committed files as well as in uncommitted files. Then we discussed about how to undo the uncommitted changes using git restore, git restore hyphen hyphen staged, and using the git checkout as well to reset the file where we have made the changes. Then we discussed about how to undo the committed changes which are locally available, meaning which are not yet pushed to the remote branch. So for that purpose, we can use git reset, and in that also we can use two commands: git reset hyphen hyphen soft head, and if we provide any name, for example 234, after this tilde icon, it will revert the head will point to that particular commit, meaning if we provide 3, it will reset, the head will reset to the 3 commit back, right? So this is how we can use git reset hyphen hyphen soft. So hyphen hyphen soft will give you chance to still make the changes. So it will remove the file uh, or revert the file and still give you the chance to make the changes, while git reset hard, it won't give you the chance to make the changes in a file, because as soon as we will use this git reset hyphen hyphen hard and the commit id, the head will start pointing to the particular commit id which we have pointed, which we have provided, I mean. And then what will happen, it won't even show the discarded files, right? So we won't have any option to see the changes that we have made from the previous commits, right? From the latest commits, I mean, right? Then we discussed about how to revert the changes on the remote repository. So this is what we have used. So we used git revert, the commit id on which we want to revert, the one which we want to revert, and we need to use hyphen hyphen no edit in order to avoid getting into the VM editor, because that is of no use. Okay, so this is what I wanted to cover as part of how to undo the changes in Git. Thank you for watching, and in case of any queries, please feel free to provide your queries in the comment section. I would be more than happy to help you. Uh, Thank you for watching once again. I would request you to please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.